As massive layoffs are triggered by Republican political revenge against Democrats, led by Donald J. Trump, well, some ambitious young Republicans remain secure in their jobs so far today. When sense needs to be made of things like, oh, geez, I don't know, young Republicans spewing hate in chat rooms unfettered by shame, thanks to the orange hate utter.
I hate my opponent.
They were weaned upon. Well, leave it to Lawrence O'Donnell. Last night on MSNBC, the pride of St. Sebastian's did what everyone growing up in Boston in the 70s learned to do, call out the wussified bullies and rub their faces in it. In today's great video from just last night, Lawrence exposes these blue-suited brown shirts, a.k.a. the GOP Youth Wing Nut Movement, and those who employ them. It's great video. You got to see it. But first, let's get some reactions around the horn to this newly emerging young Republican vanguard that literally echoes the impulses of Nazi youth.
Earlier today, Politico published a story purporting to show thousands of private messages containing racist, sexist, and violent comments from young Republican leaders across the country. They include comments supposedly from young Republican leaders saying things like, quote, "I love Hitler." Can you believe it? They include gas chamber jokes. How sick. They include racist obscenities, including the N-word. They include jokes about sexual assault. Many of these individuals who have allegedly made these comments have positions of leadership in the young Republican organization. Every single Republican leader, from President Trump on down, including every Republican senator, including the Republican National Committee, ought to condemn these comments swiftly and unequivocally. And the people should no longer have any position of power in any Republican organization. People who said it. At this delicate political moment, Mr. President, party leaders of all sides have an obligation to speak out against this kind of violent and vile rhetoric. Republicans, leaders cannot be silent if these sickening reports are true.
These are the future of the Republican Party. This was so vile. It is hard to find the words to put into context that these are people who are part of a political party, one of two major political parties. We have a leader from the Republican Party in this state, the highest ranking individual, who in the backdrop of all this calls our candidate for mayor, one of our candidates for mayor, a jihadist and a terrorist, and then somehow says, oh, what they said, these young Republicans, was wrong. Like, look at what you say yourself. Look at your inflammatory words, that everybody from the president on down should condemn them. And there's got to be consequences. Kick them out of the party. Take away their official roles. Stop using them as campaign advisors. There needs to be consequences. It has to stop.
According to Politico, the 2,900 pages of messages detail more than 7 months of conversation among a dozen millennial and Gen Z Republicans coordinating their plan to seize control of the Young Republican National Federation, a group of more than 1,500 members. Young men and women who hope one day to end up right here in the never whiter-than-now White House. All whitey then, on to our fabulous video of the day from NBC last night, where Lawrence O'Donnell exposes these Trump-aroused young Republican acolytes as they embody and promote the true GOP mission, it seems, make America hate again.
Imagine you work for Donald Trump and his administration, and you get caught by Politico in what you thought was a private online group chat with people saying things like, "I love Hitler," and saying it's a mistake to, quote, "expect the Jew to be honest," end quote, along with multiple racist phrases, as well as talking about wanting to see people, quote, "going to the gas chamber," end quote, which provokes the reply, quote, "I'm ready to watch people burn now." Imagine what would happen to someone working in the Trump administration who's in group chats like that? What would you do if you were that Republican guy and Politico called you before publishing their investigative report about the I Love Hitler chat group that you're in? What would you say to Politico? He declined to comment. And he still has his job in the Trump administration. The Politico article came out today at 1:15 p.m., and Donald Trump has taken no action against the guy working for him who's in the I Love Hitler chat. Politico published their report today under the headline, I Love Hitler, Leaked Messages Expose Young Republicans' Racist Chat. Politico reports leaders of young Republican groups throughout the country worried what would happen if their Telegram chat ever got leaked, but they kept typing anyway. They referred to black people as monkeys and the watermelon people and mused about putting their political opponents in gas chambers. They talked about raping their enemies and driving them to suicide, and lauded Republicans who they believed support slavery. The exchange is part of a trove of Telegram chats obtained by Politico and spanning more than 7 months of messages among young Republican leaders in New York, Kansas, Arizona, and Vermont. The chat offers an unfiltered look at how a new generation of GOP activists talk when they think no one is listening. The group chat members spoke freely about the pressure to cow to Trump to avoid being called a rhino, the love of Nazis within their party's right wing, and the president's alleged work to suppress documents related to wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein's child sex crimes. Trump's too busy burning the Epstein files, Alex Dwyer, the chair of the Kansas Young Republicans, wrote in one instance. At least one person in the Telegram chat works in the Trump administration, Michael Bartels, who, according to his LinkedIn account, serves as a senior advisor in the Office of General Counsel within the U.S. Small Business Administration. Bartels did not have much to say in the chat, but he didn't offer any pushback against the offensive rhetoric in it either. He declined to comment. And tonight, Michael Bartels still has his job working for Donald Trump and working for J.D. Vance, because participating in an I Love Hitler group chat is apparently not a reason for Donald Trump to fire you.
So where do these crazy kids get those wacky ideas? Well, like, subscribe, and share if you agree that hate is not innate. It must be inspired.
These blacks trying to go rob her, happening all the time in urban America. Prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact. They're trying to replace us demographically. They're trying to make the country less white. It is an anti-white agenda. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.